Don't don't worry, guys. It's fine. Oh, how you guys feeling today? That's I don't know if that's the answer I was looking for. That sounds like a disease. You okay, Valerie? All right. Uh, what are you doing? Wait, can Nick is gone. Also, for some reason, it's not picking up on stream. The music. The music's not being picked up on stream. That's interesting. Wait. That's weird. Yeah. Well, I guess music's not being applied. Wait, hold on. Hold up. That might explain it. You guys weren't being picked up on let's see. Someone try speaking now.
Hi.
Okay,
Hello.
cool. That's being picked up now. Maki should be able to play music now on the stream.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Can we finish playing our Ed Sheeran load in music?
No,
Nah,
Dang
it's
it.
too late for them.
because I was waiting for 9:30 start, and guess what time it is? Past 9:30.
Unfortunate.
Listen, you can play with the app once the session is done.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was just playing with it while we were all in chat. No, we're good.
Aren't
Right?
fair
Right or wrong
after
and all that.
session.
Mm, mm.
But so
Go,
every
let's kick some butt.
what did you say?
Said I'm ready to go. Let's kick some butt.
Ah, yes. You guys ready to fight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. No, wait, what? Wait, rewind.
Fight who? Specifically.
Oh, I thought you guys knew.
Like you said, it was
What?
beginning, but I mean, no, we said it was beginning. You didn't even confirm that. But, um, no.
No?
Who are we fighting? Why are we fighting? We didn't even roll initiative. What's happening here?
Listen, everyone needs to fight now and again. It's part of life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah,
live
that's
it.
it
fine.
happens.
It happens occasionally. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's always good to choose peace and
Yes, bro.
diplomat. Being a diplomat.
Peace is not always an option, my friend.
Peace is always an option. What matters is if someone accepts it or not. And then we'll give them the peace of our minds. We slap the crap out of them.
Feeling violence is never the answer.
That's cute.
In the words of my favorite intellectual, myself, fuck love, make war.
All right, fine. I could get with that. I could
And
get
so
behind that. Cause some chaos. Let's cause some chaos and mix some
Actually,
stuff up.
if you reverse that, that sounds like the mantra of Aphrodite.
Beasting?
Yeah, no, that's kind of where that came from.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, it was an intentional reversal.
Fuck war, make love.
Them beats, yo.
Oh no,
I
no, no!
love that. I love
So you're
that.
talking about make love, not war.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Actually, I don't need to go in yet. I don't need to go outside yet. Well, it's not outside. It should be. I have to plug up my phone. But while that's happening, you guys, last time I left you guys were standing in the hall of a frozen castle as giants stand on either side of you with a seeming king of the giants on his throne, sitting there, watching you guys enter. Watching you guys. He watched as you guys enter, is what I meant to say. Um, and he sits there waiting for you guys to he actually well no he wouldn't just wait for you guys to say something. He'll basically address you guys. It's been a long time since I've seen Asgardian and gods come all this way out here, at least in such a large group. What brings you here?
Well,
Thor
we
tells
have
me
very
Thor tells me that you have a lot of things to say.
we
Yes.
have very important business that we want to talk
First,
about.
we would like to offer an apology. One of our companions got out of control on our passage up here, and that situation could have escalated. Thankfully, Thor stepped in to assist us, but it was still a disrespect on our part for your territory.
All right,
Being
so a non make a persuasion check, and everyone make a history check.
Okay, where's my paper?
That roll is a
Gee,
what?
call that your history check, bro.
Where's
Oh,
my
wait, you said everybody make it? Nope, because that's the wrong modifier for a history check.
God dang it. That hurts, Nick. That hurts a lot.
You've disappointed Valerie. How dare you?
She'll be fine.
Yes, she will be.
I give so much of myself to both of you, and your lack of caring is so nice.
I am doing this right, aren't I?
I guess that depends. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Trying to roll, but Maki kept coming up for some reason.
Oh no, you're doing it right. It's just Maki has its own thing. Just do it as normal.
oh, there we go. Totally.
I'm using the right modifiers right now.
Nope, it's just a regular roll. 11.
Purvis, make a roll, my guy.
Starting off very middle of the pack today.
Right. That's all right. That's all right. We can pull out our big stops later. Let's hold on to those. Let's hold on to those.
Where is it? God dang it. Where did I place it? Darn it.
Please don't tell me we used the last of our good rolls last night. Please don't tell
What?
me that's it.
Where is
No.
What good roll?
it? Where is it?
What good roll?
Well,
Where is it?
not for you. Like, but our last rolls, we all got like 19 and 20. I'm sorry. I will give you a hug next time I see you, but I know that hurt last time. I know that hurt you last night.
torture. But anyways,
You've got to hit.
yep, didn't miss once.
That is the saddest. That is what hurts the most. You kept being able to hit every single
Okay,
time.
there you go. There he goes.
I swear, something had to be up with that. Something had to be up.
I mean, you at least hit your targets, like Valerie said.
Look, pain, pain, suffering. Thank God, Purvis figured out something. God, thank you for Purvis.
All right, so the persuasion check didn't go as well. And there's just a crackle of lightning, as if you would dare try to just simply apologize, as if that's going to make things better. However, Anon, there's this sense of you have a weird sense of deja vu. Not so much that this whole scene happened, but like as you guys were walking in, it's almost like have we been here before? Have we done this already? Mishi, a natural 20. Dear God. Mishi.
A whole
Yeah.
20.
Oh Lord. That's even a total 25. Okay, Mishi. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Because for some reason, the flower that you consumed all the way back there, the one of alchemy components of the greatest variety, surged through your veins.
Just helping you all
Oh, yeah.
So, so you remember when you guys walked in, you heard a voice. The voice called himself Sadir. Um, and he basically announced he was laughing. He was basically saying, like, finally, you guys got here alive. I'm so happy to get things started, stuff along those lines. And the giant on the throne got up as like, well, it looks like it looks like every it looks like you guys it looks like the end times are coming. And all the giants drew their weapons about to attack you. But then something happened. A blip, like in a figure, teleported in front of everyone and snapped their fingers. You will recognize them as Loki. And then immediately all of time rewinded back to the point where you guys were walking through the door. And now here you are.
I
That's
stop.
what you remember.
I kick my head and I think, oh God. Huh. Okay, so time has been moved back. You're repeating. Loki has repeated this for us. There's so much I can
Michi,
think of is Mishi
what are you,
thinking stuff. Has this happened multiple times?
what
Is
are
there
you
any roll
talking
to
about?
find out what has happened?
Michi,
Yeah?
what are you talking about?
What do you wait. You must not see it. It's fine if you don't see it, but you guys gotta listen to me. This has happened before. And I know this sounds odd. It sounds
We
it's a bit
we
crazy.
just got here. We just got here.
No. I know at times it may be a bit bomb crazy. This is different sort of crazy here. The crazy of things happening because of those strange, weird magic sort of crazy. I have to say,
Magic. Michi, did you miss that time? What are you talking
So
about?
I think she might actually be onto something.
That's but in this moment, four is like not yelling, but is like very upset. Like I said, that it's like you would dare like talk, like come in here, pretend like none of this is a big deal. The guy on the throne sort of like stops Ford from getting too riled up, And Fuller kind of like takes a step back. Uh, Man on the throne, like,
Please, we're sorry. Like there's we are so sorry. Whatever we can do to make it up to you, I promise. Do a little bow, whatever. I have a question. Have
Make
we been
promises
here
in front
before?
of eyes.
Don't say that.
Been here before?
Wait. I tried to stop her from saying that
Hey,
all right.
maybe no.
because if we look, I get that we have been this way and that
If you
we
guys are going to talk amongst yourselves, you can leave this hole, or you can share it with the rest of us.
No, we do have important business to share with you. It's about Kuyutha.
we do have important business. Uh, I try to think. Should I try and regroup with my friends to go over and explain the situation further? That it's like Groundhog Day, and that there's a possibility of us failing multiple
See?
times.
And as soon as you do, I need everyone to make a history check.
Another one. All right. Come on, Mishi, pull it out. I need you to pull out another one, buddy.
Please don't. Not here, not now.
You
No,
might
I
need.
need you to pull out another D20. All right, roll 20. All
Oh
right, all
God.
right. Come on.
Oh,
16. Solid. Solid rolls.
You guys walk through the door of I the ice castle. There are giants standing on either side of you, and the what assumably is the king of the giants sitting on his throne,
What?
watching as you
What?
guys walk in. Wait a minute.
Didn't
No,
we
no, no, no,
just
no. We're
Use
just here.
genjutsu again.
Mishi, I think I get it. Mishi, we have I like whisper. I'll whisper this time. Mishi. Oh my freaking god, you're right. We've done this before.
I know.
I'll like tap on Nick's shoulder. I'll tap on Ragnarok. On. Are you feeling this? What the heck is going on?
Later.
Something.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm just sitting there in the back, just like rocking back and forth, like, oh my god. But I'll keep calm and let Anon talk. And I'll just be in my own little world back here.
Shafir is also going to make her own history checks.
Shapiro involved right now. Wait,
Okay,
where is
first one.
she?
The first time around, she was on the same level as Mishi, where she's like she has a higher understanding that no, this time has been repeated. Second roll, it's 22.
Yep,
Shafir
she figures it out.
Shafir is also aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Before you guys actually walk in, Shafir kind of stops all of you. Is everyone aware of what is happening?
uh-huh.
More than others, but yes.
Why?
Before we go in, I need an update. What is happening? I'm not exactly a god, so some
Where's the
ability.
time loop? We are in a time loop. Something keeps putting us right back to this moment when we walk in.
She knows that. She
We
knows
can
everything
do
else.
this at the end.
We need to get out of here. I still have PTSD from last time we were stuck in a time loop or whatever. I don't like this. I hate
Tessa,
this.
Tessa, we can't just leave. We still have a mission
No.
to complete here.
We have to act natural.
I don't like
Lead
this.
into the
I hate
doors.
this.
We can't just leave. Tessa, look at me. I need you to hold your nerve. For now. You are protected. Protect us.
Okay, we will make it out of here somewhere. We have to get this done.
Okay, if it doesn't, again, I
First, we
don't
need to
know.
figure out what's how. How?
How are we?
Like,
Basically, what she says. Just try not to seem like we know more than we should, even though we do, because then We would, if the loop is broken, be looked at as if we were a complaint with the bad lot. Basically, what Mishi is saying, like, act natural. Um, just pretend like you don't know anything.
I'll look at Shafu. Are we gonna try and figure this out later?
No, we're figuring it out as we go along.
All right. I will.
Yeah.
I
How
will
much have they told you?
Figure it out later.
break it off.
Anytime later on, we'll just go back into the loop.
Yeah, it seems like it. How many times have you noticed?
Yes.
I think
No.
I've only noticed two. This might be our third time. No, like two maybe. But Mishi was saying something the other time. Has it been three, Mishi?
Tessa,
What? Huh? Am I missing something?
Tessa.
Not important now.
We must not
This is
call.
where we are.
Keep your head up, keep a stiff upper lip and whatnot, and not seem panic.
Okay. Same time. I'm pretty convinced anyway.
All right.
No, but
I am. I can fake it till I make it.
Well, just don't say anything if you can't hold it in.
Got it.
Fit.
All right.
How much have they told you?
All right. Anon, let me try to lead the conversation this time around. I don't know if it will change anything, but maybe if I speak up, they might be more inclined to listen to me. At least at
I
first.
think that's an excellent idea.
All right. Let's figure this out as we go. And door opens, Shafir leads. I described the scene to you guys already. You know the drill. And let me see here. This time when you walk in, the instead of a relaxed like posture of just sitting like in a relaxed state with his head on his hands, this time the one on the throne is like leaning forward with his eyes uh staring at you guys as you enter.
Hi.
Hmm. We were expecting you guys. Welcome.
Thank you so much for meeting with us. We have urgent business to talk to you about.
Shafir kind of turns back. Is like, did you not know what the plan?
That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm done.
I understand. Anyway, um, bye. I am Shafir, of the current former leader of Kuyufa, which, if you do not already know, has fallen to the orcs of Midgard. I've come here to ask for your. I've come here not to ask for your assistance, but rather let you know that the ones who are truly to ask for your assistance are making their swift motions here. We ask that you hear them out. All right, and Shafir will roll the persuasion check. That's a 7.
Jesus.
These guys are real assholes. Okay.
Okay.
And why should we listen to the words of a dragon again? Year four's voice booming through the hall. You know? And the rest of the giants kind of like the rest of the giants are like dubious at this fact. Shafir kind of like, now that she's not in full armor, she doesn't have to hide her face. She kind of like takes she's kind of taken aback, as if like, wait, they know? I mean, they're gods. I guess that's not surprising, but like, I thought I was better at this.
Yeesh.
The one on the throne like stands up and says, "No, no, let's hear her out. She is the one who, she is the one who, after all, has been taking care of Kuyufa this entire time, and she's no long, she's no longer a servant of Tiamat. At the very least, she has Bahamut its seal of approval." Okay. Um, and all the giants kind of look towards him in confusion, but he gives like a but he makes no movement to like correct himself or anything. He basically asks some general questions like, who's coming? Why should we listen to them? Should fear and everyone else will have their say in it. Hmm. He like looks to the lot of his the people there and says, "Go out, sir, search for these people. If you find it in your nature to help them, do what you can to speed their process along. And until they get here, well, we'll just we'll see if they are truly worthy to be heard by the storm giants of the north." And all the hall leaves except for him and four. Four turns to
Oh,
the king of what is assumingly the king of the god king of the giants, and he basically is like, "What are you doing? Are you not skeptical? Are you not?" And you just watch as the giant like snap his fingers, and a bolt and a thunderous noise ripples.
what just happened? What did you do?
He like puts his finger he like puts his finger to his lips as if to say, "Be quiet." Nothing. You don't hear enough. You don't hear anything. You don't sense anything. It's not quiet so much as it is unnervingly still. And he waits. Hmm. Four once again brings up, "Astronomus, are you going to answer my question?" That's gonna that depends. For how many times have we been through this? Excuse me? This
You,
conversation with these godlings. How many times have we been through this? Four kind of takes a moment to think.
and we react.
What's going on here? He like turns to you guys. What have you been doing this entire time? You watch as a bolt of lightning course through his eyes, but then Stronomas kind of grabs him by the wrist. "No, it's not their doing. They don't have the strength to mess with our memories like that, much less time."
I promise we have had nothing to do with this.
I know.
This of Loki.
As he says, we are not powerful enough for this. We are just as confused as you are.
Tessa.
I say,
When
Loki.
the name Loki leaves your lips. They both turn to you. How do you know that name?
Who
Why
said
do
Loki? I never said Loki.
I didn't say it was you, Valerie.
Oh god.
It was Valerie. She said it.
I was about to say that it would be it. 'Cause I didn't.
you did, Macy?
Oh yes, that I did. Where did I hear that name? Right now, that's not important. What's
I'm going
important?
to have to beg to, and you guys are at the door of the Storm Giants, and,
So, are we
and
permanently aware of what's happening now?
yeah, you guys have done this enough times to be like, okay, wait a minute, no, no, we're on track now. Because the think of it like this: the first time around was more like a haze. Now it's like a oh, either the haze is getting weaker, and the amount of times Loki can rewrite time like this is finite, or we're just getting better at dealing with this.
Why? Oh Jesus. Yep,
Oh,
basically that's what we're doing.
let me make this very clear before we go into this room again. Tessa, Mishi, I know you're aware of the situation. I know it's confusing. You will not speak unless it's directly asked to you by myself or Shafir.
We have to get through this.
All I was telling them is that we had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. You're telling them that you are aware of the situation. You need, we need to play our hands carefully.
We're not. It did. Rico, I have a, I have a feeling that the amount of times this scenario could be rewritten is growing ever finite. But if this keeps happening, we'll never get it to the end of this time loop. We have to finish the event, however it plays out. But we have to minimize the amount of knowledge we expend, for that seems to be the trigger for rewriting the time. We will get through
Okay.
this.
Okay. I will try to be I will try to hold my tongue. But it's getting harder. I don't like this.
Shafir kind of turns around to Tessa, and she like walks over to Tessa. Tessa, are you up for this?
I want to be there for my team.
I understand that, but that was not my question.
I will do what I have to do to be strong. Even if that means not saying anything.
If you if you feel like you have to run, don't let anyone say you are a coward. But if you continue to march towards death with fear in your heart and no hope, then that is truly what makes a coward, I think. So, take
Whatever
it.
you decide to do next, I need you to remember you are a bomb now, and any word could be the detonator. So I need you to think about every word you say very carefully. Not just here, from now on. This is your responsibility.
I like kind of look real, like think about it really carefully, and then just nod.
All right,
I know.
let's
So
do
basically,
this.
we're in a time loop. Every single time we come into this, go into meet the giants, time has been restarted. Mishi, with their nat 20 the first time it reset, so low key. But none of us could say anything because every time we say something, the time restarts. So my character, I've kind of played it as like the last time we were in a time loop, and I freaking hated it. So I'm freaking out because I hate it. But we can't say anything because the time will restart. So we got to be quiet and just let it happen. All
Or
right,
at the
you're
very
caught
least,
up now.
or at the very least, I'll say Vermilius stayed with the ship in that case. All right, whatever works for you, buddy. All right, so you enter the hall, etc., etc. Roll persuasion by Shafir. That's a nat 1.
Oh my god.
And everyone has.
Before Shafir finishes her sentence, um, Four gets angry. Storm Moss calms him down. Four is angrier this time around, and Shafir is like biting her lip.
Can I try persuasion myself?
Um,
No? Okay.
no. No. There's a. This is triggering something aside from Fundamus or Tronimus. Yeah, Stormus, and Stormus gives you the same amount of time, same chance to move, and he basically says, "Yeah." Stormus gives the same order. Four gets enraged. He's more angry this time around. But Stormus gives him this order instead. Four, I need you to stay calm about this. They have not brought. They have not come here with ill intentions. Not yet. And if worse comes to worse, I know you'll be there in a flash. So just be on guard, if nothing else. Can you do that for me? Yes, my king. And he disappears. He looks towards the rest of you guys, squinting. Is there
A
anything else?
smile.
Is there anything else that you wish to discuss of grand importance? Questions you might have for me?
I'll smile and shake my head no.
Shafir, what if we tell
Shapiro,
him?
what was that?
What if we tell him?
Which thing?
This thing that's happening now.
Worst case scenario, I get another shot. Shafir slowly tells Stormus about what's going on in this particular matter. She thinks for a minute, and she like, well, let me be careful because no one else Four would have been it. Four would have said his name, King Stormus, Stronomus. That's how you say it. You seem to be aware of what we are aware of. Is that true? Stronomas kind of looks around. I'm aware of a lot of things, especially what happens in Jotunheim. Ever since my father left, it was my birthright to rule over the giants. I'm the eldest, and many of my kin are dead. At least, I thought most of them were dead. What are you speaking of particularly? Shafir kind of seems to take note of Stronomas's wording. Simply put, we just want you to understand. We just want to make sure that aside from the current situations with the Ragnarok triggers, we want we want to know if you're aware of the fact that they do not wish the end of the world. He sits on his throne. The fact that you came all the way here with no malintentions is proof that you don't desire the end of this era. Though, whoops. Oh, there goes Nick.
In the arms of an angel.
Hey, from here.
Okay, Nick's back. Nick, you good?
My computer is in severe need of an optimization.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The computer
All
should
right.
not be blue that often.
Uh,
What's the Titanic song?
no, 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 not now. You can post it in the chat if you really want to look it up. But
My heart will go on.
yeah, that
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah.
Stronema. This basically says like, so I am curious. I am curious of one thing. Hypothetically speaking, if you understood how to start or end Ragnarok, and let's assume that even if you ended it, it wouldn't necessarily be rid of it forever. How would you go about using that power?
If we knew how to stop it or prolong the inevitable, we would prolong it as long as we possibly could. There's no use of this in any sort of means for power or manipulation. It's too important to be played around with.
Hmm. Oh, so Carrie was right. You know, she was the one who she was the one who came before you, told me about your predicament. She gave me a head start of your coming and who I was going to be dealing with. She said a lot of interesting things about you, but none of them would make me think that you would have caused Ragnarok intentionally. So, you have points for trust, I'll give you that.
We appreciate it.
To avoid awkwardness, unless you have another question or thing you want to bring to my attention, I suggest you leave as swiftly as possible and do what you need to prepare for your next journey.
I think that's for the best. Thank you for hearing us.
Just hope. And hope that the rest of my kin will give you the same treatment in the end. All right. So you guys leave the hall. And when you leave, you start hearing clapping. Whew. That's, I don't know how many times I could have done that.
And why did you even start?
Tessa, now's not the time for anger. He probably saved our lives.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Uh, you watch as a medium-sized Loki in this humanoid form that kind of resembles the giants that you guys saw, and with the dragon wings and tail uh flapping in the behind them. It's just that the scenario you would have potentially ended up in would have made things a bit more complicated. Though I blame though the first time was not your fault. I'll give you that.
Can I ask you? I've been
Hmm.
every time we've seen you, your appearance has been striking to me. And thinking about the history of this world, I'm curious. Were you a result of the final clash?
Hmm, well, that's interesting. But no, not exactly. But do you want to have your questions answered? Finally,
Do we have to go through a new route to get there?
you don't have to go far. No, not far at all.
I don't think now is the best time.
Well, it's either here or, well, I wouldn't say not at all, but be a lot harder. Because the further you get away from this particular spot, the softer his voice will become to you.
That's what.
So
And
do
what questions exactly do you expect him to answer?
well, all of them maybe.
At what cost?
That was my next question.
Well, I would say freedom, not the removal of yours, mind you. Though we don't want to remove that.
Then whose freedom?
You know his name by now, surely.
Enlighten us then.
No, we won't have any part in that.
Are you saying you
I
want us to?
understand. I understand. After all, the fun about this timeline, after all, is your choices. I mean, granted, I took away that choice in a couple of time streams, but hey, at least we got to the outcome where the story could keep going just a little bit further. Ragnarok could be prolonged just a little bit further, just to see
Doing
how
all of
this
this?
this one particular moment will go down. Multiple paths
Right.
lay before you, but two will change everything. And I am jittering with excitement. But let me give you a taste, a sample size of a question. You asked me if I was the result of the final clash between the giants and the dragons. I said no, not technically. I was a giant just like anyone else, any other of the gods here. But I went by a different name then. Curious, when the dust settled and the world tree began to sprout, I decided to see what was remaining from that little dent in the spine of this dragon. And I found a well strung pool of arcane energy bellowing out of a crevice. The most con- unbound, unconcentrated magic, sort of the polar opposite of the world tree. Like a hole that now is the home to the gift brood. That the that is the polar opposite to Huyufa. They they are on a floating platform amongst above this bellowing pool of energy. And I was curious. I went down there to see what it was all about. And I found some interesting things. And I spent a long time down there, morphing me, changing me into Loki. And through that, with a connection between myself and Zofa, I can manipulate time, or at least to a certain extent. As long as it's within the boundaries of Zofa, I can do a lot of things. You ever wonder why in Helheim there's all these pockets of time? Why souls can come from any timeline associated with the world tree? Yeah, I wondered that too.
Wondered. Past tense.
I don't wonder anymore because I have the answer. And you can get more of those answers if you make the appropriate decision. Or you could leave and you could continue to walk aimlessly in this confused state of having the power to end the world and not knowing how to do it. Threatened by the fact that any god who's bold enough to slit your throats could cause an unspeakable end that even I can't predict. I know you're not easily intimidated, and trust me, my goal is not to do that. But these are the paths laid before you. I'm just here to watch.
Better we meet an unthinkable end that he be free.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
That's what my gut's telling me now.
I see. Well, I'm not going to hold you back then. Thank you for coming to my old home. I never did like the cold. It reminds me too much of the elementals that hide behind those gates.
Pardon?
Oh, did I let that slip? Ah, sorry. My bad, my bad. You didn't want you didn't want any answers from me. I should let you be.
He doesn't do tell me.
Don't,
Don't be tempted. We don't need this.
no, we don't need any more complications.
I mean, since I've already brought it up, it is funny you mentioned that you would rather an unfortunate end. Because even if I don't know how the world ends, one thing will always come to pass. She points, I say she, they point to the gates that are behind you, the massive gates that are so large that the bars themselves look like mountains in them themselves.
Hmm.
Did you wonder? Do you know about the gates of uh Mispelheim and Niflheim? Ever heard about them?
Have I heard about the gate? Yes. Wait, what? Pardon me.
Can't say that we have.
Well, that gate is the gate of Niflheim. And it's said that when Ragnarok happens, then those gates will wear and tear and break, unleashing horrible, powerful entities that only the oldest of gods and the Asgard and the few of the other gods of now know for darn certain that if they got loose, no one will be here to stop them. And you
All
won't
right.
know why, because you chose to leave and risk your fate on an unknowable demise. This, again, is a sample of the answers you can get. Have I piqued your interest yet?
Sophia, what do you think?
Shafir is like still staring at the gates. I've never seen the gates of Mispelheim, but there were fire dragons that would come from the south borders and talk about the gates. And it said that it said that the gate of Mispelheim is guarded by a fire giant Surtur to make sure that no dragon would ever unleash the gates. Not that anyone would be dumb enough to try. It is the reason why the south is filled with volcanoes that would erupt endlessly. No fire dragon could ever project such power over thousands, hundreds of square miles to that degree. And that's with the gates being closed. I can't imagine a world where if those gates actually were to open. And I know there are worse things behind those gates. A force older than any dragon alive. As old as Tiamat and Bahamut themselves.
He called them his siblings.
Yes, he did. And that does intrigue me. Hey, look who's online. And look who's in the stream. Crazy
Hello.
things are abound. Gabby, would you like a recap?
Hey,
Sure.
Oh, by the way, look, actually, let me get this first out of the way. How's your head? I mean, obviously you're here, but
I'm feeling a bit better. I had some food and like 3 bottles of water, so hopefully I'll be okay.
praise God, and in the great wise words of the military, drink water.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that's what I'm currently doing.
Hi, love.
All right.
How are you?
So, Gabby, I'm
Where's
sorry.
hug?
Do you want an update? Do you want a recap?
Sure.
All right, I'm sorry. So,
You're
how
what?
it started, how it started was that the Giants they're talking to the Giants, but Mishi got a nat 20 to realize you were in a time loop.
Fuck. What?
Okay,
Yeah,
and
we
in
got on a
this
time
time,
loop again.
hold on. In this
in
time loop,
it's
in this time,
Groundhog,
Boy,
and we'll Bill Murray
boys.
in,
collectively.
oh dear Lord. In this time loop, basically, whenever you guys brought up Ragnarok, Loki, or anything like that, it would reset. Now, it seemed like the chief god Stormos was in it with you guys and realized what the pattern was. And on the fourth try, you guys were able to tell the story. He was able to give some information, but he was like, please leave as soon as possible, because if we aren't careful, this might happen again. Even if the time it happens is degrading, then it's fine. Now, as you guys are leaving, Loki is here and is basically saying, hey, you guys want to talk to Sadir, um, because he's here. If you leave, you won't get to hear him again, or at least as long as you're away from this place, you won't be able to hear him again. And Nick is like obviously doing the right thing and saying like, no, I would rather the world end than you know let this guy be free, because the price of you guys talking to him is his freedom. And then and then Loki basically said, all right, so let me give you a tidbit. You asked me if I was the result of the last clash between the giants and dragons. Technically, no. Loki started as a different named giant, um, who traveled to Midgard about when the tree was sprouting, found a pool of energy flowing from Midgard, where the Githyanki are currently. Their base is like parallel to Kuufa, where they're on a floating platform above this pool. Loki went into this pool, was there for a bit, and found out that um and that's how they were transformed into this dragon giant hybrid. They also mentioned, hey, you ever wonder why Helheim is just associated with time as much as it is? And it's like, hey, if you stick around, I can answer that question in full. And Nick is like, no, we're not falling for that. Ah, well, I guess you don't want to hear about the fact that you don't want to hear about the elementals. Basically, they say that those gates, the gates of Niflheim and Niflheim, those giant those giant gates with gates whose bars are as big as mountains, if not bigger. Well, if Ragnarok happened, those gates are opening. But you don't want to hear about that, so I'll let you go. Anything you want to say in relation to that?
Nope, we're out of here. Bye.
Shafir even brings up the fact like Sadior mentioned that he was the sibling of Tiamat and Bahamut. Um, she also brings up like the gates are as old as Tiamat and Bahamut. Well, the gates are new, but the force that holds those elementals back, or excuse me, the elementals themselves are as old, if not a wee bit older than Tiamat. And it was like, and if these gates, closed and sealed, are able to warp the land for hundreds of miles into a frozen wasteland and just consistent active volcanoes from miles and miles past. Screw it if we're gonna like don't want to know how it would happen if they were open. But Shafir kind of turns to like everyone. It's like this is not my call. At the end of the day,
That is up to Mousy Boy and Wind Boy.
well, what's the
At
verdict,
the
guys?
that price is
We are not going to speak with this individual. Like Shafir said, he's likely as old as Tiamat and Bahamut. So we can ask one of them as far as those regards. But I think it's time we finally make the decision. Hell has been a source of power for us, but it's clear that their powers want to see that tree toppled. And that only happens in the events of the world ending. The giants do not seem to oppose the forces of the tree directly, at least not right now. In fact, Stronimos and Shafir have apparently, or not Shafir, Kiri have apparently been in talks. I think it's time we pick somewhere to establish ourselves, and I think our best bet is to do so at the tree.
One last warning I'll give you. Let it be known that any question you will ask of Bahamut or Tiamat will not be as in depth or as knowledgeable, for they do not understand Ragnarok. They may not even know that Saudiar even exists. And even if they did, they wouldn't know much about him. You ask them, you might get some answers. I'm not going to deny that. But if you want to understand Ragnarok, if you want to understand how all of this comes together in a way and an insight that no one can be able to tell you, in an understanding that is unmatched and unrivaled, he is the only one who can. But it seems like you've made your decision. And again, my goal is not to sway, truly force you down a path. I thank you for giving me this show, and I'm still eagerly watching as it all unfolds. And then, in a shimmer, they disappear.
can we get out of here now?
So, where are you lot going next? I think that my daughters and shield buyer will be able to handle it from here. If they're able to get to the storm giants, they should be able to at least handle business on their own. Even if they can't, I feel that you need to make I feel like you need to make a path forward. So, where to?
We go to the tree.
And what will you do at the tree?
I look at the others. You heard what I said to him a moment ago. What say you all?
That we make.
Well, speak up.
Don't forget that some people are muted. I'm sure you have reasons. But voices must be heard, otherwise. There we go.
Uh, well, I know I'm muted, but like I don't got much to say. I just got here.
You heard the spiel just now. What do you think about what I just said?
I mean, what are we gonna do at the tree though?
Were you
That was
listening
Jalen's
when I
question.
was speaking to Loki?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
ish.
she was. She was there for half of it.
Yes, I heard, but I still don't understand.
Okay, you know how basically we've been on the fence about which side we're going to side with this entire time? At least in the eyes of geopolitics?
I didn't think we had a side we were choosing for.
Yeah, no, we were trying to make our own side, but I've decided that, or at least Anon has decided that that's probably not the best course of action anymore, and that we should probably side with the World Trade. And to that
Mm,
I say, what do the rest of you think?
but do I still get to free Fenrir?
Why should we side with the water tree?
Because they don't want the world to end, and Helheim does. Sort of.
So, Helheim's goal. So, the contradiction that is Helheim is the fact that, like, they don't want the world to end. It's just their problem is, like, in their current status, their power comes from Helheim, and that's being plugged up by the tree. And it's like, we can't be as influential as the ones in Asgard as long as the tree is there. So either we move it and like get rid of it or something, or we just gotta accept the fact that we are lesser.
Candy.
So can't we just like pull the plug or something?
Yeah, pull the plug on the tree.
The
That's
issue,
kind of what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
So just pull the plug.
that
No,
ends
but
the world.
they're trying
That
to pull the plug by uprooting the tree. And as we've been told multiple times now, the tree is uprooted in Ragnarok.
Like just
uproot the
pull
tree
the
we call
plug.
Ragnarok. We don't want to cause Ragnarok.
Can't we just put it in a new pot and call it a day?
No more Phantom Kings.
Hmm? What?
Okay, hear me out.
Is that what Agron has to say?
No, but what did you say? I didn't hear.
No, is that what Agron has to say?
I mean, I'm just spitballing here. All I care about is if I get to free Fenrir. I don't care whose side we're on as long as Ragnarok doesn't happen. And even if it does, like, we all knew it was coming.
Wow, no wonder Loki is loving this show, dude.
Yeah.
Because Ageron's just,
Problematic.
yeah. I mean, what do you expect from him? The dude has allegiance with Fenrir, but also became a god through the world tree. So he's just kind of on the fence, but also he has a promise to keep. So, like, he's kind of on the Helheim side.
Bro,
Uh-huh.
bro.
Bro.
We
Uh-huh.
can't
Two
free.
other people here have direct ties to Helheim
Exactly.
and got their power from the World Tree
Exactly.
We can't.
and are not
Why
having
are
the
you
issues that
trying to put us
Agron is
in a
having.
box?
You said what?
I said, why are you trying to put us in a box?
Because the entire world is ending right now. Like, bro,
We can't
you're
Then
worried
just,
about
fin.
labels and do like,
use
bro,
the
there
box and
are
throw that shit
bigger
away.
We
fish. There are bigger
can't.
fish.
We can't free Fenrir. We can't
Except
end
we
the
can.
world.
I'd be willing to free Fenrir.
See?
I'd be willing to free him. However,
If it
that's not
is
the
the
priority
world,
right now.
we
I
can't
didn't say
end
it
the
was
world.
priority, but you have to think we need to be able to create a world where freeing Fenrir is not gonna like cause havoc all over again.
He's already let go of his rage. What are you on about?
Yeah. Except no
Guys,
one's gonna
both.
accept the fact that
Hey,
he's gonna be
hey,
freed.
you
Yeah,
too.
we'll figure
You
that out
too.
after.
I
Hey,
didn't
You
say
guys,
it
you
was
Anon.
guys, you
priority.
guys,
I'm just saying we have to
Hey,
create a world
guys.
that it happens.
Okay, I got you, Valerie. All right, so uh, let's so Agron, Anon, text if you can still hear me.
Hello. Oh my god.
Don't worry, I muted him. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Now listen to Valerie real quick. You are unmuted.
Hey, guys. Would we need to get back to the ship? We can't just sit here. We need to bring Romilius into this conversation. 2. I don't care if you want to free Fenrir, but we cannot end the world. Point blank. If that means he has to stay in his box, he's staying in his box. You want to give him a bigger cage? I don't care. Do it. But we cannot end the world. Right now, we need to get back to the ship. That's what we're doing right now. Whatever we do after that, we'll talk about it when we get there.
Side note, I like Nick's comment where he's like, "Man, I can see why Loki loves this show."
I mean, it is pretty great. It's pretty freaking
No,
crazy.
yeah, the moment Acheron was born into this world, you just knew shit was just gonna happen.
Like
No, no, we didn't.
he is the drama. He is the drama. All
We
right.
all saw this innocent little boy just graduating from school on his way to find the new world. Guess what?
Yeah.
Shit's hit the fan.
Jesus.
Because
All
we
right.
said the shit, put it down. It just put the shit down.
Nope, it must be thrown.
All right. Let's get back to the ship. Romilius! Romilius!
I know.
Look, look.
Which Romulus answered?
Yeah,
Which one? Which one was that?
all of them just say hi. And
Oh,
I'm just like,
all of them.
Mousy boy! Where is he?
he's hovering above you.
That's new. Hey, we have something.
Not like hovering in the sense of like he's like he himself is hovering. It's more like his ship is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see you see Echo Menace come up to the ship, and then suddenly the other Menace takes his place and falls right in front of you.
Is
You
a
called?
little handout. Hi, buddy. We have a lot to talk about. You
I
ready
heard
to
I
go?
heard I heard you yelling, but I couldn't quite hear what you're saying.
You ready to go, buddy?
Did 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 Agron tick Anon off again?
A little, but we can talk about that when we get there. And I'll just
Alright.
like pat him on the head instead of scratching by his ear because I feel like that would cause a lot of noise.
Yeah, that probably would.
All right. So you guys are able to get back to the ship, no problem. Would you guys want to make your way to the World Tree, or would you want to be stationary in a place?
I
Definitely make
really
it.
don't like. Yeah,
Maybe
I
not.
don't like the idea of sitting still. I don't like that idea of sitting still. We need to move. That's my 2 cents.
All right. So you guys are in the room as you guys are slowly making your way back to the World Tree. Everyone's there from Artemis, Brim, Ecstasy. The whole group is in the meeting room because I assume there's some things you want to talk about. Speaking of
So,
Mishi,
Can
so
Aglarod and Anon just be coming up, just bickering with each other still?
that's fine. But once you
Probably.
actually do get to the meeting room, I do want the order.
actually, in that case, Reminis will to get order. Reminis say, "Can you just shut up? You're too loud."
No.
Aw.
He just holds his ears.
Cute. Pet. Pet.
All right. Mishi says, now I must admit that though I am a fan of explosions, I say destroying the world is not something I want. The world has so many things I love, from sweets to coffees to, of course, a more. All right.
My love. Interesting. All right.
That thing,
Okay.
that thing that's like, well, it's like when the moon hits your eyes like big pizza pie, that's a
Oh.
more. When the world seems to shine like you've had so much wine, that's a,
Oh,
oh dear Lord, that's a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yup.
Look,
but
look at that flower just coursing through him, making him so thoughtful. Look at that.
But
Reminis
anyway,
said,
when you guys get to that point, when you're on the ship again, it's just a matter of you guys um talking. So who wishes to strike up said conversation?
Okay.
"Okay, so why don't you explain what happened to explain what happened first?"
Okay. While they're like, well, what Anon and uh,
Wow.
what
Wow, wow.
what they are fighting over, what Anon and Aglaron are fighting about, is that we are trying to figure out how we can free Fenrir without starting Ragnarok, because Azeron here has, as he is dedicated to Fenrir and has a promise to keep, none of the rest of us kind of like the idea of, destroying the world. While we all understand that a lot of us get our power, like we all have ties to Helheim and the World Tree, and it might be great to let them do what they want, but we can't, because freeing Fenrir causes the end of the world, and we can't do that.
Oh,
Gonna do
I thought Fenrir
everything
had let go of
better.
Ragnarok already.
Exactly.
We can't end the world.
But
You can't.
I thought we can let Fenrir go by now because he doesn't care about Ragnarok anymore. I thought.
Exactly.
No one was saying not to free Fenrir. We're just saying there's other more important things to deal with right now.
So what is it?
Well, fine. There
Why are
just
we
needs
heading to
to
why
be
are
a
we heading back to the
world
World
where
Tree right now?
Fenrir can be freed.
Oh, by the way,
Just
so
because
hey guys,
other
hey
gods
guys,
are
hey guys,
stupid.
hey guys. For this, since this is a heated conversation amongst ideals, please, for the sake of like the stream and also the sake of myself, uh, because please speak one at a time. Be respectful to your other players, and please don't do that, Gabby, in the chat.
So Reminis will ask, why are we going to the first world tree? I mean, I would love to go see Salja right now, but do we have business there? I hear bits and
Repeat your
pieces, but I
name.
can't. Oh, say it again.
Sorry. Nothing. Sorry.
Uh, what's the plan at the world tree?
Anon, that's you. You
Yeah,
had the idea of going back.
yeah,
What do you want to do?
I got it. Essentially, what I'm trying to get across to everyone, or what my assertion is that being on our own and doing our own thing is not the best course of action to stave off Ragnarok. I don't think we can do it by ourselves or trying to play all sides of the field. I think it's time we pick a side, and I think that side should be the tree.
So Asgard.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. They don't want to see the world burn. I'll take that over anything.
So we still have a lot to deal with in that case. Which if Texas has a which yeah.
I think either way, our only choice is to side with them because they have the best outcome for us. They have the best outcome in line that we need.
Hmm.
Shafir kind
What
of
what
broke up.
what is the cons working with them?
Wait, what's the? Okay, I'll let you
But
say that. Then I'll let the NPCs talk.
All right.
Adad has the whole what is it, the Death Brigade thingy down there.
The what?
The whole skeleton brigade that you have going on.
Do you guys know about that?
Yeah, I think we do.
They know about the night parade because they had to deal with it.
Yeah, we know that you have it too.
I've seen it.
We already know that you have the powers to your mother right now.
Right.
But we don't know that you went to go see them with the in your realm because you didn't tell us about that. But we know that you do have them.
What were you trying to hide it from us, Anon?
No, I just didn't remember you guys ever. Anyways, um, they're not exactly available at the moment.
Well, did they
Did
even
you
like?
angry them?
I was about to say, are they pissed off because you killed their leader?
No,
Okay. Well, the only thing I think you might end up angering them a little more if we end up siding against them in a way.
they're
I
not. They're
Go
not
ahead.
a other party. They just want bloodshed.
Well, did
Well,
you ask them that?
Please for me the blood.
True, I
well,
didn't. Attack.
That's
Reminisce will say
why they were upset in the first place.
Reminisce will ask
Tell
if
me why they're upset in the first place.
What's that?
Didn't they pretty much tell me why they were upset in the first place?
Yeah, they did, in a way.
Basically, they just want to be used, but also they don't want to be used by you.
Well,
yeah.
let me clarify that a little bit. So it's not a situation of like we don't want you to control us. You are a wimp. No, it's more of the fact like you don't like you're not doing anything with us, and we have just gotten off of a user who not only used us but was our creator, and you're supposed to be her predecessor, the next one who in line. If we were going to be okay with anyone taking us, it would have been you. But ever since you got us,
It's
anyway,
been nothing.
Anyway, this is a conversation you got to have with them. But essentially, that's what they were trying to get across. When they attacked you, it wasn't like, okay, we want you to die. It was just more, in fact, like, we're trying to get your attention. But
Yeah,
you
no, I'm
Oh.
trying to explain to them right now.
yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to explain that out of the game.
Cool.
Well,
So Reminisce will ask is are you what if there are unforeseen downsides to aligning ourselves with Asgard? What if there's something that we are overlooking with them?
There probably is. They are
Definitely.
far older, far more complex in their orders than anything we've dealt with. But that's going to be the case no matter what faction we choose to side with. And as far as moral implications, at least on the surface, at least from what we've personally experienced and come to know, they seem to be our best bet. There are no certainties.
I think more is at stake if we don't side with them. We have innocent lives to protect. Aligning ourselves with Helheim
What
en-
if? Oh, go ahead.
ensures
Sorry.
aligning ourselves with Helheim ensures the death of so many as lives. This way, we have a hope, a chance of protecting.
So, okay. What if allying ourselves against them is the exact push they needed to go through with their plans? What if us allying ourselves with Asgard is exactly what is needed for Ragnarok to happen?
God, I love this show.
I considered that. They probably won't be happy that the Ragnarok triggers are on the wrong side of history to them, but if we do, if things do begin because of our decision to join the World Tree, a decision to join Asgard, even if we go down, I think we went down on the right side of things.
If we go down,
Matter if we went on the right side of the roof side. What matters is we see when we try and do what we can to.
With all the people, even it's not about going down on the right side, on the morally right side. It's about saving as many lives down there as we can. I don't care if we have to do the wrong thing as long as we can save more lives doing it.
But see, that's just it. Like I said, I feel that no matter what side we join, someone's going to get pissed off and lives will be lost.
Hmm.
Ragnarok is called the Great War for a reason.
if we do it together, we could stop. We could do anything. I think if we stand strong, we're we can withstand anything. We're stronger together. Insert great speech and prophetic and conformatory greatness.
In less than an hour, we're going to launch the greatest war in all of mankind, all of history.
Everyone says, I don't care. I don't know which side we choose. I'm fine with either. We just need to make sure that once everything's settled, that the people we came up with accept our deals. And in fact, the Agron wants to free Fenrir and Fenrir can be done in the end, but there has to be a chance for him to be free. All right, risk Anon. Are you okay if we at least ask before we start? We need to ask the gods of Asgard if we if we start with them, can we free Fenrir? Because if they decide to go to war with us after they no longer need us, then that might also be a problem.
That's fine with me. Like I said, there are no certainties, so we definitely need to make this decision with as much information as we possibly can. I just think we need to make the decision.
Very well. I would like us to talk to the gods of Asgard first before we finalize the decision.
Anyone else getting some really strong deja vu right now?
Yeah.
Whatever you mean, my friend.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been feeling deja vu throughout the entire time you guys were talking for some reason. It was weird.
Like real
Well,
life?
hmm?
Oh no no.
Yeah,
Oh,
like out of character.
okay. For minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We had this talk before. We had this talk before. That's why this is our first talk. This is our first talk we had when we were deciding who to sign up against, and we decided to set up against with nobody. That was back when Remedius was leading, and yada yada yada.
Good night.
All right.
Good to you, then. That
Okay.
was fair.
Oh crap!
My,
Was that your mother?
yes.
Let me call your mother real quick. I forgot to do that. Oops. I gotta apologize now.
Oh
Uh,
god.
uh, I am a good family member. Okay. Tell your mother about to call her in a minute. Call her
All
right
right.
now. All right.
Need to do. Okay.
Her birthday. Hang on. Chris gonna
Well,
call you.
I forgot to I was supposed to call her to let her know that I got home safely. I forgot.
Um,
Then just text her.
So,
Just tell him. Tell her.
so anyway,
Anyway.
um,
Anyway.
Artemis asks the question. So we're going to Asgard then.
All opposed to going to Asgard?
What about the business giants?
Oh, first, your mother didn't answer. Just let her know that I'm home safe, and tell her I said I love her.
All right, I will.
All
I
in favor of going to Asgard right now, say aye. I
All,
raise my hand.
wait.
all of the non-gods, this includes Ecstasy and Brim, don't raise their hands.
Hey, you're
Okay.
don't. Otherwise, I say to them,
Ecstasy, Brim, would you like to weigh in?
Well,
And everyone else?
Brim kind of brings up, well, it's not that we can't weigh in, but he kind of like tilts his head and like this black ichor flows from his neck and he snaps it back. The ichor goes back. And also, Ecstasy's not exactly a god or dead, so yeah, that's gonna be an interesting conundrum.
Were we allowed to bring nun gods up into Asgard with us?
Oh yeah, that they can't go to Helheim or Asgard. They're not gods.
No,
guys, let's be very clear about this. No, maybe you aren't God. Maybe you have other situations going on. Maybe you aren't dead. But this decision will affect you all too, because as we've repeatedly mentioned now, no matter what side we join, there's going to be stir. And the level of that stir and the overall outcome of that whole situation is going to affect you, everyone you've ever known, everyone we've ever known, the gods, the mortals, and everything in between. You are our closest friends and confidants. You have every right to weigh in on this.
Ecstasy says, I don't want to leave Anon again. I don't want to leave Acheron again.
he just doesn't
I was
know. Like
about to say.
they look at each other. Everybody looks at each other awkwardly.
okay. Okay. Later, Doodle.
It's like, okay.
But anyway, she says, I'm not gonna leave Acheron again. Um, it's not something I'm quite ready to do so soon after we all were reunited.
Your love is so strong.
Okay, yo,
Bram.
you two could
Amore.
come into Asgard with us as guests.
Also, fun fact: you can bring people into Helheim even if they're not dead. It's just the cold is a major factor of that, and unless you want to take the trials, you're not gonna be live. You're not gonna be down there for a decent bit. So that's kind of the only problem. Asgard is like the reward for becoming gods. So any other means of getting up there is either you are a god or you're dead, or something, or some loophole.
Wait, so I heard about at the beginning of this campaign you said that rich people go up to Helheim because they get a lot of money through a boat
No, no, no,
every
no, 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 no. What I said was they
Helheim
go to the
Asgard, I meant.
right. Well, no, what I said was they go to the top of the tree,
Oh,
and even then they don't go to where the angel is. There's just so much of the border outside of that that it has like unicorns, quetzalcoatlus, and all of that. There's just good for sightseeing, but they don't actually go anywhere near the testing grounds.
okay.
Well, y'all want to hang out there while we talk to? Maybe we can get the guys to come out there
Hmm.
Where?
to you know, the outskirts of the swirl tree and the branches. Is it?
You're about right.
Sure. Yeah.
Gonna be perching like birds.
Shouldn't have to. But didn't you guys technically complete the trials?
Ecstasy didn't come with us.
And
Brit.
Brim
No,
Actually,
they
has
didn't have
actually,
completed
when you
part.
bring when you bring that up, they're like, "Oh, holy crap, you're right."
They completed it. They just didn't get
Oh,
sparks, so they weren't like considered gods.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
she was just up there, whatever the case is. Problem for them.
There you go. That's what
Yeah,
it
they
was.
literally were just like moral support all the way through, but then ended up completing everything just like us.
Yeah.
so there's one issue in that Brim has a primordial inside of him, and the highest of these gods kill primordials. Knowing one is this one knowing one has this sort of connection might rub them the wrong way.
True. All right, then. Let's say we hold another summit here on the ship like we did before with them.
Just go up there and talk to them. Like like I said, just get them to come out to the branches.
Perching like birds. Let's just all turn into birds. We'll go to a little line and we'll have a conversation.
Or it sprouts like tiny wings out of his back. Just when Agra says that.
Wait,
So do
when
I.
did you have wings? Wait, hold up. When did you get wings?
Oh man, you missed the whole story arc.
Yeah. I have wings. Remelius has wings. Uh
Wings?
I think Anod can basically float on his air,
No, he has wings too.
I
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Doesn't your wolf thingy have wings?
My what?
Your wolf thingy or fox thingy or whatever you are.
No. Kitsunes don't have tails, so the difference.
But Anan can already fly anyway, so he's fine.
I'll say
Yeah.
on his
So
air. On his
why
thing.
is me and Mishi out of the loop? I want to fly.
Well,
Get
I can't
good.
just ride my girlfriend every time. What?
nice.
Yeah, sometimes she's got enough for my.
Oh my god.
Who? Okay, but who is doing the riding though?
That Chris.
I just
No, better. No, no, no,
fine.
guys. I can answer this very maturely and succinctly. When Acheron is flying with ecstasy, it's one of the few times that he is on top.
Hey.
Damn.
Hey.
y'all just killing Aglaron now.
Oh god.
I love this headcanon. I love this.
We all knew he wasn't gonna be a top. I mean, come on. You see his girl?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Right, like, and Agarod
Yes.
totally gives squeeze my head like a watermelon with your thighs vibes. Totally
Honestly,
does.
he probably is. I can canon that.
Totally is. It can't be anything different. I
Come on,
swear.
we all know it's Aglaron's
What did I
the
slurred?
sub top,
What do you call it?
and she's just a dumb bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Lord, forgive me of my sins.
Nope, these sins can't be forgiven.
Lord,
Forgiven.
That's a very contradictory way the Bible says it, but you know what? Point is, so the question is like, what's the plan for you guys?
How do I get wings? Is the plan.
Gosh.
You could probably run on air at this point,
Okay,
honestly. With this much of Fenrir's power, and you probably run on
okay.
air.
So hold on. Agron, do you
Yeah.
actually want wings to fly?
When you put it
This,
like
like
that, it
this,
makes me
like
think I'm gonna
let me
do
put
a
you.
bad again.
Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase the question. Hypothetically speaking, no strings attached. Do you want wings? The ability to fly?
That would be kind of awesome, yes.
Talk to Delphi.
Delphi.
True. Very
yeah.
true. Yep. Yep.
Do you want to know why?
Okay. Why?
We do
Because the
that?
more quiet. Because the more animal features you gain, the closer you're stretching onto our territory.
Oh, I have that thingy where I have a lot of animals, don't I?
You're getting real close, yes.
2?
You might as well be a biologist at this point, Gabby.
2 or
Oh,
3?
Yeah, why are you out? Why are you alchemist now, biologist?
Because
At this
alchemy is dope.
at this point.
why
Anyway.
not both? Into the Renaissance.
Hell yes.
Anyway, that's after we finish this. Um so it's been decided. To the world tree we go.
Except,
But
we need to get them on the. We need to get them on the ship.
I feel like we could get their attention.
No, Val.
That's
Oh, wait, can't we just put on a show for them? Let Val perform.
Exactly.
Just throw a big
Exactly.
old party.
Literally what I was thinking.
Carrie can literally get here at any moment she wants to. The songs,
Yeah, and I'm trying to call her, but you guys fucking goddamn it.
yeah.
Well, sorry, speak up.
Exactly.
I hate that. I hate that answer so much.
I'm
It's
gonna
like, what
fucking
do you think I've been doing this past 5 minutes?
help me, God.
All right, so Nick is going to call Curie.
Oh yeah, she
Valerie
literally
wants to dance the night away to get someone's attention.
Yup.
All right. Nick, how are you grabbing Curie's attention?
Where's this? Where's her emblem on our ship again?
It's like on the
On
side
the
of the
side.
ship, I believe.
Yeah, it's on the side of it. We
But,
commissioned somebody to draw it before we left.
by the way, you can't walk on the side of the ship because of the horizontal energy thing, whatever.
Wait, what?
Not
The
didn't know
the
that.
the plane of gravity on the ship runs horizontally to the bottom of the ship, I believe.
Huh.
Laurent's just gonna go walk on the side of the ship for a bit.
Yep, never knew that, but okay.
Stop breaking games physics.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Cool.
about it. So yeah, I'm gonna just like hop over the side, and shift like what's his face to the gravity of the.
You just did what to what?
Oh wait, were you here? Around brother or whatever.
Hmm?
Okay. Um, don't worry about it. Anyways, walking down the side of the ship, I'm gonna place my hand on the symbol, close my eyes, and I'm just gonna say out loud, like,
Pray.
I don't know if you're listening. You seem to have been very involved in everything so far, and frankly, of all the odds and anti-odds and whatever the case is, all the powers that we've met so far, just like before, you seem worthy. If you have the time, we'd really like to speak with you.
So
All right.
Val's putting on a show. Come see her shake her hips.
Roll performance. Oh, dear God, that sounds disgusting to say.
Wait,
Oh, but Val has real performance is so long, and that I believe Val has really good performance too.
I do. So wait, do I have to roll performance or does Nick have to roll performance? He has
No.
to
Oh
roll
my god, I
performance.
would love to see Nick perform. Let's do this.
Ah!
You,
Go on,
Valerie,
Anna.
roll performance.
Okay.
But also, could we make Anon shake his hips? Can that be done?
I was gonna say we usually perform together. I was gonna call
Valerie.
him and see if he wants to
Valerie.
No,
practice.
it was Agron that performed with you, not Anon.
Oh, dear
Yeah,
Lord.
I was gonna be like, hey Atherod, you wanna come
Guys,
perform with me?
Tessa roll performance, if I didn't say that already.
Okay.
Can I try to shake my hips?
Roll performance.
Yes!
Come on. Come on. Let's do this. We're gonna perform and it's gonna be great.
Okay, can I roll acrobatics actually?
God bless. Why do you have to make sense?
Ah!
You're gonna do an acrobatic performance. This will be awesome.
Yes!
Yes! 18.
How did I roll higher than you, woman?
I don't know, but it's fine because we both got really high.
Ah!
And it enhances it. Yep.
Performance, yes.
Oh my
Sorry, I
word.
keep getting
Come
distracted.
on.
I
Jay,
put
one, two, one.
I put Remedius in a little bow and it keeps distracting me because he looks so dapper and adorable. Look at our dapper sweet man.
Okay, but like in my head, can I just imagine Beyonce and Shakira's just yes.
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 Really
Imagine.
brave it.
You don't even have
Hmm?
to imagine.
You are. Yes.
However,
Okay,
okay.
but who's
So,
Beyonce?
all right, guys. I need everyone to be quiet so I can get through this. Anon, you hear? You hear after you said that. You hear the voice of Curie. I always make time for those who call me.
Oh, that's nice.
And
You
that's
just
why
see,
I like it so much. But anyways,
you just see
Yes.
okay, Valerie. I have to
I'm,
mute you
shut up. I'm done. Fine. Stop.
just to be safe. All right. Okay, so you see like a knife is like embedded between you and her, but the knife is closer to her. So, oh, and you might want to plug your ears for this next part.
he does so and does not hesitate.
She doesn't, but you start hearing this. You don't know this for sure, but this club music. Actually, no, it's a bar music, but it has this festive feeling to it, the kind that if you didn't plug your ears, kind of make you want to dance. As two gods, um,
Unplug his ear.
as two gods appear on the deck of the ship, playing music and dancing along with you guys. One is a god you guys have not met, a human with like this real like man's man's man kind of mustache, real dapper and suave. As not only is he
Candle
playing a
Parma.
violin, he's a whole orchestra plays behind him, and in front of you is a tiefling dancing along with you guys. Um,
Would Ramirez want to dance now since you just since Ramirez nobody told Ramirez to cover his ears.
you so this isn't like a saving throw kind of deal. It's just more of a case of like if you were not a god, this would affect you a whole lot more. But you still have the compulsion to dance.
Brim, does Brim have the potion? Is Brim dancing?
Oh dear
Is
God,
it-
that's gonna be
Yes.
mortal.
Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes.
Oh boy, here I go again, making making Brim do the things he doesn't want to.
Yes.
Let's start with
But
ecstasy
he
because
does.
let's go ahead and start with ecstasy because why not?
My girl.
Okay, she gets a plus
Also,
4 to that. Okay, so ecstasy does not dance. She just watches Aggro specifically.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Guess Agron really does got hips.
I mean, why do you think she was attracted to you to begin with?
Damn, she only want me for my body.
Yes,
Rude.
because if you
I gave
failed
her
to
an
woo,
engraved dagger.
because if you failed to woo her, you would have been an excellent meal if nothing else.
Anon like passes ecstasy a napkin.
Oh god.
May she kind of like draws her eyes around. It's like, what's that for?
You're drooling a little bit.
Takes it away from you when she like turns around as if to say like you didn't see that. Brim is you watch Brim as he like slowly edges towards the dance floor. He's like, no, 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 no. Starts dancing.
Someone's rope tricking him.
Go Brim! You're surprisingly a good dancer.
Shut up.
Anon is actually losing his shit over on the side.
Jesus Christ. Wait, hold on.
Anon, you should uncover your ears.
Even if I do, I'm not going to dance. Actually, I would have had to give her the napkin anyway. So
Yeah.
No,
Can
you're
we?
fine.
Can I, huh?
Hello. That's fine.
Pressure him to dance. Pressure him to
Oh my
dance.
god. Oh,
What
this
Yes.
episode of Phineas and Ferb.
First,
Wait, there's
Brim.
Yes.
oh god, I forgot about that one.
that episode where they depicted
That's
Japan as
literally
bad.
Brim. He's like, I can't stop. I can't stop. Damn it.
But
Uh,
like, can I persuade Anon onto the dance floor?
no, you are too busy calling the gods to your favor.
Damn it. My hips are too powerful, y'all.
They
You're
be
working your head.
kicking. All right. So, new as the song ends, you now get a new god to your roster of names.
So many names.
Behold, the te- depth death's tempter, Mad Madovic.
Metaphysics.
It's in remembrance.
No. Oh wait, shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I kind
Hey
of want to
guys,
dance with him.
don't we have a semi-dead god of war sitting around here somewhere?
No, they're in what's his name ship, the conquest ship.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez. you just hear Madovic's talk. Jeez, as he like flicks his hair back with his bow, and it just disappears behind him. I rarely get a cat call like that from Mother Gods. I feel honored. And the tiefling, uh, crap, Dune Dragon, uh, responds, "You like getting catcalled? If I if I was, maybe I would enjoy it. I don't get what the problem is. If you're if you're if you're good looking enough to get catcalled, well, then that's a compliment, in my opinion. Speaking of which,
Oh,
Can I?
oh, we're in trouble.
speaking of which, who are these people again? Curie kind of walks up. You probably would know them as the Ragnarok Triggers. You watch, you watch. Manivik kind of sits up and gets serious. Oh yes. There's another name. Fade talked a lot about you. Talked a lot about you. Gods. Oh, myself, I can't. Do you know how many times she kept talking? And yes, I hear her complaints every day. You don't have to remind me. I mean, I understand. I understand she talks when she's upset, and she complains specifically to me because, similar interests and all. But I swear, I've never heard her complain about something so much for so long about one subject. I get it. I get it. Out of all the things, I'm not surprised, but uh, you would think 1,500 years, you know someone. And then one event, and one unchangeable event, changes the person. It's crazy.
Jalen, what do they smell like? What do you, can I roll to get a whiff of their scent?
You don't need to roll. He smells like gel.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
That tracks.
Okay, Ramirez will kind of. I don't think Ramirez has ever smelled gel. Has Ramirez ever smelled gel before?
I don't.
Are this much gel?
Well, not this much gel.
Yeah, Ramirez
And
will
it's
kind of
hard to
wrinkle his
tell.
nose a bit.
And it's hard to tell if you smelled it with Sabja. You can roll. You can roll for Dune Dragon if you want.
All right, Dune Dragon it is. Let's go.
Dancer of
Roll
the
one.
Incarnate.
Uh, plus 13 advantage. Okay, 17.
Um, when you take a minute, you realize that they both have this sort of death smell on them. Not like not like a rotting death, but like at the morgue kind of death.
Ooh, yeah.
Like the steel air type.
Like there's another way I'm trying to explain this. It's sort of like it's sort of
Clean
like
that.
it's sort of like something that reminds you of funeral that um if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Um well, since three of us are here, I must make this important. So, tell us, uh Dune Dragon finished it. Why did why did you bring us here? I was going to say that. I know. Uh,
Anon turns to Kiri. First of all, I wanted to thank you for the little chat you had with Astronomos back there.
oh, he told you? I thought I told him not to mention me.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. No matter where we go, it seems like someone's always mentioning you, and not in the just everyone knows you kind of way, in the you specifically dealt in this situation in some way that's been advantageous to us sort of way.
You should be grateful. If you know that much, then you imagine how much else she's been trying to pull her weight to help you guys. Ugh.
That's kind of the point. So, with that being said, if everyone is in agreement, then I look back at all the team just to get final nods.
Place your vote now. Agree or disagree.
Wait, final nods just go through this. Final nods to ask because we were going to talk to
All
them.
right, we're supposed to be having a conversation about it.
Not just agreeing right now. We just want to just agree right now.
Yeah. Bro, rewind and on pause. Put the brakes on.
What to say?
With that being said, the more we've continued to travel, the more we realize that we don't know about all of you. You, personally, I trust. But the rest of Asgard, especially with how I hear they've been speaking in regards to you in the last few weeks, I'm not quite so confident in. We're at a point now where we're trying to decide if going our own way is really the best decision to make for our situation. But before we stray or decide to pick either path, we need all cards out on the table.
All right. So you have questions. I got answers.
What ultimately does Asgard stand for?
I wanted to build a realm where those who have the strength of will to try and the resolve to finish the race could earn a spot alongside me as a god. Not quite equality, but just a sense of familiarity, and even starting line. I want a community between the the mortals, between mortals and gods. Not like it was before, as I've been told.
Yeah, the storm giants seem to be a demonstration of that. I can get behind that. Why does hell oppose you so strongly?
It's funny you bring that up. Out of most of the gods in the world tree, you brought some of the most you brought probably the ones I'm most willing to say this out loud. But I have consistent talks with Zipar now and again. We would meet in Idrisil, have a drink or two, and talk about the goings ons in each respective realm. And through that, there's a mutual respect there. I, as I understand it, I don't think Zabar wants to do us harm directly. Rather, it's just a differencing in ideals where I can, in a way, produce followers and a mindset far easier than he can, all because my domain is above the stars, it's amongst the stars, while he is practically hidden on the ground. When Zapar made his decision to go beneath the tree, he wanted to explore a path that was untreaded by everyone else at the time. I don't know if he thought he was making the right decision, but I do believe that he did it with the greatest resolve. He he fought tooth and nail to get his power in a way that the Ascension didn't really offer. He wanted to show a more grit of strength, a more grit of will. He thought he was creating a path that would ultimately produce stronger, um, more determined gods. And I guess in a way he did. But ultimately, to answer your question, in my opinion, I don't think Zapar wants war.
Mm.
He just wants to do what I do. But he can't, as long as access to Helheim is sealed as it is.
And why is this access sealed?
Mm, the tree has always been there. So I can't say there was any, I don't know if there was any plan for Helheim to be sealed up as it is. But the way I understand it by asking people around, when the tree, oh Lord, when the tree sprouted, it did more than just grow. It broke the barriers of the realms, the different parts of Zofa, and reached deep into every place of relevance. And Helheim just so happened to be the place where it had its roots. So I guess in a way you can look at it like this. Every realm from the Shadow Veil to the Underdark and so on, and even Helheim, they're not they're not all easily reachable. It takes a long time to get to those places if you were to walk on them by foot. Some of these places you may not even be able to walk to at all. It's only through the tree that you're able to get to these places so easily. And again, I don't know why Helheim happened to be the place where it put its roots. Do, Dune Dragon brings up. No, there is a reason. The tree has high concentration of magic. To sustain that magic, it needs a lot of energy, and the most concentrated place of energy that exist in all the realms that seems to have what the tree needs to grow stronger is in Helheim. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that now that I think about it. So, in that regard, you could say the tree is what caused Helheim to essentially occupy its place beneath Midgard, though in actuality it's nowhere near the surface world. Does that make sense?
Sort of,
Or,
but it just serves to complicate things further.
yeah,
There's nothing personal to this. It's literally just business.
yeah. It's it's definitely bloody business, but it's kind of the reason why I never opposed Zapar for all this time. That's probably one of the most asked questions I get from my followers. Why don't I just eradicate Zapar and his group? They only have three major gods. They couldn't possibly stand up against my forces. And while it's not that I couldn't explain it to them, much of that requires the experience of being a god, which is why I told some of them, I'll only I only tell you if you meet me at the top. And some have gotten that answer and understand. Others not so much, then tried and failed to stand up against him. And it's like you said, it's not quite personally malicious. It's just business. And business is bad in Helheim.
Because of Yggdrasil, because of Asgard.
Probably more Idrisil than Asgard, but I guess it's the same difference in the end. Asgard is a lot more of a the path to Asgard, I imagine, is a lot more pleasant and easier road compared to becoming a god in Helheim. I mean, some of I know I can smell it on you. You've experienced Helheim's cold as mere specters. Some go down in full body. There's a whole cult dedicated to who just even scratching the surface of the journey. And as soon as they go as far as they can, they go right back, barely completing the trial if they ever even started.
So with your
Uh,
go on.
if 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 we gave them another means of spreading their power, and therefore they have no reason to uproot the tree, would that solve things?
Hold on, I'm figuring something out real quick. Not for the game, but for this puzzle I'm doing.
All right.
Like,
uh,
okay, I think I understand how that worked. No, right. That's right. Okay, so could you repeat the question for me?
Ernest asked, if we gave them another means of spreading power, such as through us, and therefore they would never have any reason to uproot the tree, would that be viable? If we could somehow create some way for their power to grow to without having to cause Ragnarok to happen, would that stop them?
Oh, sure, and I guess we can also just remove, just take Asgard off the moon and put it somewhere else as well. What he means to say is, while becoming a god is, at least nowadays, as simple as completing the trial, and you can just as easily find yourself in a domain. That's kind of the kicker. You still need a space to foster your powers, and then it must grow from that point. Cloud with the Valley of Vanaheim is supposed to be her domain. She and all the gods under her draw their power from the valley itself, or at least they're attempting to. Asgardians draw their power from Asgard itself. The gods of Helheim draw their power from Helheim, and so on, so forth. The gods of the giants draw their power from Jotunheim. Gods of Vanaheim, the dragons, draw their power from Vanaheim itself. The gods are so the would-be gods draw their power from the southern desert. The list could go on, but the point is, it's not power for gods, or at least a pantheon, is drawn from a domain, a place that is established somewhere in the world. To replace it, you would have to replace a whole, you have to give them a whole different place to draw their power. And while I can't say I can't think of anywhere they could go, Helheim is where it kind of fits for them. Like, let me put it this way. If, let's say, I've heard this question before where they would ask, where someone would ask, why don't Zapar and his group just move to the Shadow Vale? It seems to fit their description of death, among other things, and it's not really being occupied by any god, technically speaking. The problem with that is it goes against what Zapar wants. He wants he wants a location that allows people to reach godhood status. And while sure, the Shadow Vale is definitely a place that could test people if they go through it, there's no way to get there unless you go through the tree. And, well, that's kind of complicated because currently the portals to get to the Shadow Vale is controlled by Idrisil, who, for the majority, serve as guardians. You see where the problem comes into play? With Helheim and the path to get there, it's not really guarded by anyone because it's under the world. It's under Idrisil in the black market. And of course, the governing officials of Idrisil don't control the black market, which is why a lot of Zapar's minions are thieves and crooks.
So why would he not just partner with you and make the trial of the tree more difficult?
Then which way would the people go if they were to take the trial? Up or down?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't he and his forces base with you in Asgard, making it the only way to godhood, still satisfy his desire for it to not be so easy?
You didn't answer my question though. Which way would the person taking the trial go? Up or down?
Up.
Then there's the problem. If they go up, then by proxy, they would be going to Asgard.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
If if he were to get any gods on his side, if that is the case and he partners with us, then let's say we do that and the trials become harder because of that for whatever reason. I'm not opposed to that, but that would mean that Sapar and his group would have to move to Asgard, change locations, change their ideals. And while I don't know if that's unreasonable, in my opinion, Sapar has made vocal opinions that that's not what he wants to do. If only because if he basically said it like this, and I can't really disagree. He said, "If I wanted to become an Asgardian, I would have went up. I chose down because it was a different path, and I inspired other people to go down because I was inspired by how grueling of a challenge it was to become a god, the path I took in comparison to going up." You see where that becomes a problem? It's not
No,
that.
I don't.
Point is, it ultimately goes against Zapar's basis of where he got the idea in the first place. And regardless of whether you agree with it or not, trust me, I've tried to convince him. If you can do better, I would I'll give you a shot. But if there was any one thing that could quote unquote fix this, it would be Zapar changing location from Helheim to Asgard.
Or Asgard changing location to Helheim.
and then you, and then the other two guys behind uh Dune Dragon and Maiden Vic are just like oh Jesus. Oh man. Oh, that's funny, Godlick. Moving Asgard to Helheim. Really? Did you not hear what Kiri was saying about location?
No, yes, I did. Precisely. Location seems to be the only real sticking point for both of you.
Right. Let me ask you this though. What else is in Asgard? Or rather, who else is in Asgard?
Bahamut?
Now, let me ask you this. You seem well traveled and well learned. Can Bahamut go to Helheim?
No.
All right. Now, Kiri, to help my point, do you mind? Oh boy. And Kiri kind of like flex her elbows and flutters out these two platinum wings. Madovic kind of does like jazz hands towards the wings as if that, proves his point entirely.
I don't follow.
She can't go to Curie cannot go to Hillheim either.
No, incorrect.
Oh, she can't. Okay, incorrect. Okay.
Dune Dragon speaks up next.
Incorrect, you say?
Yeah. So Dune Dragon speaks up. Kiri, as her name implies, as the far traveler, can go to anywhere she wants, in part because of those wings. Due to a loophole, because that's technically, since those wings aren't actually a whole metallic dragon, and Kiri herself is a human god, then technicalities would not go against her. She can go, and again, as the far traveler, she can go wherever she wants, whenever she wants. The problem comes in the fact that If we go to Helheim, then that means we have to thus switch our power where we draw our power, which is Helheim. If we did that, then something starts to get screwy. It means that Kiri's wings will conflict with the other dragon down there, Tiamat. And while it does not break any rules, it does kind of make things complicated. You know how you guys currently are drawing powers from Helheim and Asgard, and it kind of puts you in a weird state where you can't exactly be with one or the other.
Yep.
Same problem. Now, obviously, you might think Curie is the only one, but a lot of us have gotten built not necessarily our identities, but how we go about doing things because of where we were in Asgard. We have to change our identities a little bit. We have to turn things around. We would probably be different people than what you see now because we are now in Helheim. I mean, me me and Madovic would probably still be the same. But Ergonaut, what about his kin, the angels? They can't exactly go to Helheim without repercussions. Monkey, he probably will be fine, but I guarantee you that he won't exactly be the lush summer or tree green as he was before. And I could go on, and like I said, some of us might be the same, but functionally different because of where we draw our power. We wouldn't be able to ally ourselves with deities like Bahamut, um, Elistria. I probably said the wrong. You know, the Drow, goddess of the moon.
Australians.
Elistria, yeah, okay. And then probably the most complex part of them all of our followers would have to follow us because we also draw our power from them as well. They would have to come with us to Helheim.
They don't have to come with you to Asgard.
Wait, say that again?
They don't have to come with you to Asgard.
I don't know if I understand the question. I don't think I understand that statement.
If they don't have to follow you up, why would they have to follow you down?
Because
Okay.
because
So,
Helheim's power is limited by the tree. Helheim's
so
domain is limited
let
by
me
the
put it
tree.
this way, right? I'm gonna speak out of character. I'm gonna speak out of character. They're gonna say this in character, but I have to say mechanic wise. So let me put it this way, right? You are correct in the sense that the ones in Asgard would not have any allegation to have to go down to Helheim. They're free to just not do that. But if that happened, then all of the gods would lose their ranks significantly. They would drop ranks significantly.
No, what I'm getting at, I'm confused. I don't understand why, like, if they go from Asgard
Okay.
to Hell
Okay.
and their followers are still following them,
Okay.
what would change?
Okay. So if we're talking about, so let me give you the two perspectives, right? I'm gonna do the celestial followers. I'm gonna do the mortal followers. All right. The celestial followers, by their nature, could not continue to support them because their allegiances are different. And those guys hold a lot of influence to where the gods currently stand in terms of their divine status, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that part make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. The celestial parts could not continue to work with the gods of with those gods because they would still be in Asgard. They would still be Asgardians. And to give their support to Helheim is like a juxtaposition that it's like, why would we support Helheim? We might as well just go to why would we support the gods of Helheim if we're Asgardians? We might as well just go to Helheim and just become residents of Helheim at that point. So that's why they can't just stay in Asgard. They either stop stop supporting the gods who change sides, or they move with them. You can't do both. As for the mortals, you're technically right in the sense that they technically would not change allegiances. However, that's only as good if the gods remain the same as they were as guardians. And even then, with their allegiance changed from Asgard to Helheim, that could make people want to be like, no, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. I'm leaving. Does that make sense?
It's starting to.
Yeah. So, as a greater whole, and this is the other reason why Zapar couldn't just become an Asgardian either. It's partly his pride, but it's also partly the fact that if he moves, then all everyone else would have to move, or he loses his rank as a god. If he moves from Helheim to Asgard, if his divine followers don't move with him, he's essentially going to be less. He's going to be lower ranked than Kiri, whereas he is now. He's equal to Kiri in terms of rank. He moves to Asgard, lowers ranks. His followers might still follow him, but they would either have to change his newfound allocation, or they can just leave, lowering his rank even more.
That makes sense.
Now, one other like key bit to sort of slot into this puzzle. Cloud, because her domain is not in the same vein as a celestial place where there's all these gods and god followers and all that, she can move in either direction. She can go Asgardian or she can go Helheim. The only thing that would be affected at that point is that the uh Vanaheim would become lesser of a divine domain. You guys in your position, remove like the association with Helheim and Asgard. You can choose to go up or down and change allegiances almost whatever because that wouldn't affect you that much. You don't have divine followers. Your current followers are few and far between. They still would worship you regardless. It doesn't affect you because you don't have as much to lose. And in real life and in game, that's how they explain it. They can't just move and stay the same rank. Now, even if you chalk that up to pride, it's still the fact that's like we would if we did that, we would literally be submitting to Helheim. And even if that's not the worst case scenario, it's still like that's changing a huge amount of dynamics.
Now, all of that makes sense to me. I just don't understand the innate juxtaposition between Hell and Asgard. So basically, they just disagree because.
Wait, what? Was that the end of the sentence?
Yeah, like it's just we were born here. This is what we are, and in order to have our support, you have to be here. I don't get it.
You're still a godling. You're not exactly on that level. You've you haven't even had a year of being a god, so I don't expect you to understand this in its entirety. I've had I've had upwards to 1500 years to establish it and make it work the way I want it to. And I'm not saying that the way it is with its complexities is how I would like it to be, but that's how it works. That's how it's ordered. And I'll be honest, if you want to change that, you could start Ragnarok. No, hold on, Carrie. You're not saying, I'm not saying they should, but if that's what you want, that's what's got to happen. A shakeup so great that it's practically going to destroy the world. I think that's what Ragnarok is supposed to be. I don't know why, but that's what it is. A grand shakeup. At least I think so.
So let me get this straight. My entire reason for becoming a god was because I wanted to change the status quo, because I wanted the gods to be more like you, to be responsive to everyone who reached out to them. And you're telling me that the only way to achieve that is the total destruction of everything that is.
Obviously, there are other ways. You can grow so strong that you surpass me and or Zapar, and being the chief god, you could change it like that. That takes time, obviously. That takes you to become more popular than me. That takes you to get the whole of Asgard on your side, or all of Helheim on your side, or whatever the case may be, all of the world on your side. Maybe not that extreme, but you get what I'm trying to say. It would take such a movement. While that's not Ragnarok, it's essentially you have to go far and beyond to get to that position to make those changes. Now, I'm not saying with confidence you have to be as strong as me to make these changes, but for them to stick, for you to have the power to oppose anyone who would try to stand against you for whatever reason they may have, I would probably that's probably what I would recommend. The kind of power you would need if you didn't want to destroy the world through Ragnarok. But past that, if you really want to start everything over, that's the way to do it.
And then, with that being said, I think I really don't want to ally with anyone now.
Wait, what?
I was reminiscent to Anna, and Anna. With that being said, I think I really do not want to ally with anyone right now.
Aurelius, as much as I hate to agree with you, as much as I hate this entire fucked up situation, you're right. It's not just we're pretty much in the same position as they are. The same way they're innately bound through whatever complicated means to Asgard and their Asgardian followers, the same way that Sapar is aligned with hell. Our status of being in limbo between them. Something we can't just simply shirk off either. Not without upsetting the entire balance.
And all the players here in the back of their minds, you can always turn back, get the answers you need to understand the tools to do what may or may not be done. You're not that far away. You haven't. It's not. You haven't reached the point of no return. This is like a whispering voice, as if it's like it's not actually being said to you. It's just more like this sort of wormed thought in your head, sort of like a passing thought more than anything else. But you know it's Loki somehow, some way, like at least projecting those thoughts to be pushed to the forefront of your minds. But it's all like in your own voices, as if it's like, you're thinking it. Whether or not it's your own thoughts, it's still like this idea of like, you can still turn back. You're not that far away. There you can get all the answers you want. How this will all play out. Everything. No more secrets. No more hidden truths. No more frustrating need to know basis.
What do you think about this person, insert name person here?
Wait, what?
I ask Kiri what she thinks about so and so.
You can say the name.
Like that evil guy. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
Starts with an S.
you mean Satyar.
Savior, yeah.
All right then. Let's go for once. All right. Kiri's good at this.
Oh, God.
Kiri, Kiri like Rick opens her eyes. And you see like Moon Dragon and a Matovic kind of tilt their heads. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Hey Kiri, you remember? Does this name ring a bell to you? I'm going. I hate to send you guys away, but I need to speak with them alone about this. Wait, really? Is it that serious? Yes. And furthermore, do not repeat that name to anyone in Asgard, or anyone. As a matter of fact, don't pretend as if you never heard that name. Kiri, if that is your orders, then by all means, I will take it. I will do that. But you're not one who holds secrets. Not exactly. What name would scare you like that? If the time comes, I will tell you. But that's not today. Please, make haste and forget. At your command, they say in unison, and they disappear in their own flare. Her eyes were closed this entire time. Her wings, uh, bent, wind buffering, unlike anything you have created.
Wait, is the ship still up? If the wind is that strong?
Oh no, it's not like it's strong. It's a controlled buffering.
Oh, okay.
And she opens her eyes and platinum dragon eyes reveal themselves. How? How do you know that name? And that's how
How
we're
do
gonna
you
end
know
it tonight.
All right. So we went from almost aligned with Asgard to once again aligned with nobody.
that? Yeah, just like, and we're right back at it, boy.
Yeah, let's
Ah,
let's do it again.
all right, people. Let's do this one last time.
All right. Comments, complaints, concerns, questions that don't involve Ragnarok because you can only get that through sub
What
deal.
the fuck?
I
So,
told
So Jenna, my parents my sort of what Remiss was trying to plan to do was like, why can we just open up another hole into Helheim and then let Helheim go through that, and then deal with the consequences later.
Yeah, make another tree, a hell tree. It's
Yeah, another
upside
tree.
down.
Exactly.
the tree of Clifford. Clifford, I got you. Um, so I'm gonna end the stream.